All right, if you hear that music, you know what time it is. We are back with the Baby Faces podcast. It might be a little different because, hear Billy's voice. Billy the Kid, it's been a little busy for us in the radio world. Billy has actually went on to do some football coaching too. So, the dog days of summer got him a little bored, and he actually got called on to Moore High School here in Louisville to help out with the QB backfield, and the QB's coaching there. So shout out to Billy. He's a little busy, but we should have him hopefully back next week when we do our SummerSlam preview. But once again, I'm in the pilot seat. Thank you. It is Austin here, and you can make sure to follow us on the iHeartRadio podcast or wherever you get your podcasts. It's the Baby Faces podcast. Also, feel free to follow us on all social media platforms at Baby Faces Pod. Coming at you with a very special episode because we just have a man that was on TV last night, and he's coming from his sick-looking camera, nice-looking man cave back there. He is the Outlandish Zicky Dice, former Heritage champion, former NWA television champion. Zicky, what's up, man? Daniel, our friend, told me that you were on a plane, so I'm assuming you're back home. Is you got just?
Yeah, obviously I'm back home. Unless I have a private jet that looks like this, Austin, you wise ass.
Yeah, I mean,
let me tell you something. Shut up for a second. This is the first interview I'm doing as a free agent. Did you just hear what I said? Mm-hmm. The first interview I'm doing as a free agent. So I apologize if I seem a little sour this afternoon. All right. I've got a lot on my chest, and I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. The Babyface podcast. No, Austin, I'm the pilot of today's show. Outlandish Zicky Dice. This is my show now. I'm going to let you ask a few questions. I'm going to let people chime in, and I'm going to leave minds wandering by the end of the show.
Listen, you said it, and let's just go ahead and talk about it. Loser leaves Impact match last night. This is your buddy that you came in with. This is Johnny Swinger, and what's it feel like to? I mean, swerve, bro. I mean, it was a very emotional match. There was a very lot of turns and back and forth, and it seemed like at one point he was just going to let you have the reins. He knows how much it meant to you. But once again, he hit you with the swerve. But I after watching, I feel like you kind of asked for it, Zick. You guys played mind games a little bit, and you started out with the finger poke of doom.
You know what Swinger does and Swinger calls outside. I don't do much listening. It was always in one ear and out the other. I'll be honest with you. It's been like that my whole life. I came in from the learning tree under Brian Myers, and then ended up in Swinger's dungeon there doing some training, stretching out. And I don't know if it was because of my referee work, but hell, I thought I was one of the best referees Impact's ever seen. Next thing you know, I come to find out that I'm in a loser leaves Impact match, a loser leaves town against Johnny Swinger. I mean, I was his protege. But unfortunately, as we all seen last night, this business is full of snakes. And last night, I got bit right in my ass cheek by Johnny Swinger himself, costing me my job and my contract at Impact Wrestling.
I think it was actually pretty mean of him, too, because
I watched it back last night. I didn't know his feet were on the ropes when he made the pin.
I mean, I don't know what these referees are doing nowadays. The overall decency of Swinger to do that, you escorted him out to the ring by far, and he didn't even have the decency to go back there and escort you back out to the ring. And he let you get on his platform at the very end, only to clothesline you off. So, do you think whether inside Impact or outside, this is the last of you and Johnny Swinger? You guys think to cross paths again, and probably he should watch out?
Hey, let bygones be bygones. It's now time the world sees a different side of the dice. No more funny business from Outlandish Zicky Dice. There's a lot of things that people don't know about myself. A lot of accolades. Hell, maybe the fact that I'm a national champion in Greco-Roman wrestling, or hell, maybe the fact that I'm a national champion in freestyle wrestling, or maybe I'm a second place medal holder in Sambo wrestling. Maybe I just start whooping people's asses now. We've done magic tricks. We've done the goo goo gaga. We've laughed our asses off, and I've given you tons of laugh. But you know what? I'm not laughing anymore. Does it look like there's a goddamn smile on my face right now?
No.
Hell no.
No,
hell no. I see my peers around me. Hell, Austin, I just spent the last 2 weeks playing video games of my friends. Why am I not in a video game? How come there's no Zicky Dice action figures? How come I'm not in the goddamn main event? I can talk better than everyone. I can work better than everyone, and I can wrestle better than everyone. Look at this camera we're speaking through.
It's a very nice
cleanest camera. I do everything on another level. better than everybody else. And you know what? They hate me because they hate me. That's exactly what it is. I'm not asking one of my freaking friends to go out there and speak the name Zicky Dice out of their lips. I wouldn't want Zicky Dice coming in and taking my job, taking my spot. So I'm not expecting that from anyone. Look, it's either you're with Zicky Dice or you're against them. And Austin, I don't see anyone standing next to me. I don't see anyone standing beside me.
It's absolutely
whether I run into Johnny Swinger or anyone from anywhere else or not down the line, so be it. Because everyone is an enemy at this point. And I'm gonna do what I have to do to grab everyone's attention. I'm telling you right now, this is your warning. This is your warning.
What does free agency look like for Zicky Dice? You know, I understand that you're an absolutely in shape dude. You look like a star. You have all the mechanics.
I am a star. I am a star. You know what? You know what? Am I allowed to cuss on here? Well, good, because fuck that. I'm a mega star. I am a mega star. I can do it better than everybody else. Everybody else. But you know what the problem is, Austin? You know what the problem is?
I need to know.
No one has believed in Zicky as much as Zicky believes in Zicky yet. So it's time that I leave the nest and I spread my wings and do what I was destined to do. Try me. What's free agency look like? It looks like a lot of negotiations. It looks like a lot of phone calls. It looks like Zicky Dice saying no. Oh, what? Saying no. For the first time in 9 years of my career, I'm saying no. I'm saying no.
You know your price. You know what you're worth, and you've been in this business long enough to get yourself over.
Damn right, I know my worth. I've done 2 shows with Twitch with over 1 million views each.
Absolutely.
There's a few things going on right now that I can't even talk about because they're so big. They're so big. I know what I'm capable of, and guess what? I've done this all by myself, DIY until the day I die. So if anyone's listening, this is your chance to invest. This is your chance to invest in the highest rising stock in all of entertainment. I'll tell you what, because I took you know what I do? I shit on professional wrestling. Because Zicky Dice is bigger than professional wrestling. So all the boys and girls in the locker room, guess what? They can have it because I'm taking the ceiling off and I'm taking over the goddamn world.
We need to get a hold of Daniel and we need to tell him you need to single-handedly end this actor strike. They need to get you on a television. We're not doing justice of you not being in a wrestling company right now.
You're right. You know what it is? Don't change the channel. Don't change the channel because every moment there's a different channel in my head. I'm obsessed with television. I'm obsessed with it. And I'm a television megastar. And you know it. The world knows it. And those that don't want to admit it, they know it too.
I want to see what kind of pops in your head when I mention a couple things, and maybe we could just peel the curtain back a little bit. Free agency, as we just said, and there's a couple big shows coming up that maybe a couple companies can use a star like Zicky Dice. Let's just think of a show maybe going on in Detroit in a couple weeks. Or hell, we could talk about a show that's going on overseas at Wembley in a couple weeks. But they're going to have to come, and the price is going to have to be right for Zicky Dice. Let's say you get the call from the big pal, or you get the call from the guys down at Warner. What's that negotiation going to sound like? And are you just going to basically do what you do? Are you going to put yourself in the pilot seat and you're going to be calling the shots?
Listen, today's price is not yesterday's. You don't think I have balls, Austin? You don't think I have balls? Oh, big ones. Here it is. And make sure you clip this. Make sure you share this with the world. Any one of you big time promoters that love money as much as Outlandish Zicky Dice loves money, this is your chance. And I'm going to tell you right now, today's price is not tomorrow's. Give me a call at 740-469-9388. That is my actual phone number. Go ahead. Give me a call. The phone lines are open. I dare you.
I think I can hear them ringing right now. This is iHeartRadio, and this is a platform, and I'm pretty sure these are going to come across some big ears. These guys have to know what they're in for. I mentioned it at the top of the show, Zicky. NWA television champion, UWN heritage champion, and that is actually one of your biggest. About this time last year is when you won that in a triple threat match, and you had plenty of people who had to hold that. LA Knight from the LA Knight has held that. You've had Adam Pearce hold that. What was it like to hold the UWN Heritage Champion? And definitely, I wouldn't even say you elevated it, right? You elevated it.
Damn right. What was it like? It was another Tuesday for me, Austin. You wise ass. It was another Tuesday. And let's rewind a little bit. Let's talk about the NWA Television Championship.
Yes, let's talk.
You want to list off the people that have held that title? What happened to them after they lost that title? Mega Stardom. We're a little delayed on that. We're a few years behind everybody else, but that's okay because now it's my time. Now, whether I end up at WWE, it feels so weird to say these letters off my lips.
Hold on, we could.
Whether I end up at NXT, whether I end up at New Japan Pro Wrestling, or All Elite Pro Wrestling, or the NWA, or Ring of Honor, one of them is bound to get outlandish. And when that moment comes, I'm telling you, buckle up because I'm coming in swinging.
It seems like you are very much a lone ranger at this point.
I'm pissed off. I've done everything that this business has asked of me. I've done everything. With the thank you, sir, may I have another? I still have shit on my nose. So don't tell me that I haven't paid my dues. Don't tell me that I haven't put in the work. Look at my website, ZickyDice.com. Go ahead and take a look. It's better than anyone else's. Better than any promotion. Go ahead and look at my promos. They're better than anyone else's. Go ahead and look at my work. It's better than anyone else. If you just let me do what I do best. And that's what I'm doing. I am taking control. This is my ship now, baby.
So even when you do all of that, you have many talents outside of wrestling.
I'm the Swiss Army knife of entertainment.
You've gotten you could even draw the parallels, Zicky, to the man, one of the most popular men in one of the biggest companies right now with LA Knight.
I already know who you're gonna say. Chris Jericho.
Him too, right?
Oh, who are you gonna say?
I was gonna say LA Knight, and just because
he's one of the best. I take my fanny pack off to LA Knight.
Absolutely. I'll tip a good fanny pack to LA Knight, yeah. And the thing is he's held the title that you've held before, and it seems like he also had a really late start to now we're starting to see his stardom. People are starting to see on the internet things that LA Knight was in commercials years ago. 100%. And it seems like, it's kind of like a smart thing to do. You're going to kind of have your business and everything. I know your deals with Twitch, and I've actually read some stuff that you were talking with other ex-AEW wrestlers and kind of told you to stick to a platform and find your thing. And when you got your deal with Twitch, that's when you really kind of set off. So
I've been so thankful for that platform. It's opened up a lot of doors for me. And although I admit I've been slacking, I've been so busy, and there's been a lot going on in the head of Zicky Dice right now.
Well, that's what I was kind of wanting to ask with stars like you and stars like LA Knight, your guys' kind of aura that do this. What's it like to balance that professional wrestling style and still keep it to transition over into Twitch and still be able to make money outside of the wrestling by still keeping your character? Because that's the thing that we always push on this podcast is character. There's a lot more that goes into a worker than just your 5-star match pal.
100%. And that's what a lot of people forget in this business, and that's what I'm here to remind them of, and that's what you see right here. This is the man, this is the brand. I am the business, especially now with my free agency. You think I'm afraid? Hell no. Hell no. I'm not afraid of a goddamn thing. I'm not afraid of a damn thing. If anything, my fanny pack just got a little tighter. Excuse me.
I think I just saw it through the screen.
You damn right. I'm excited. I got the blood flowing, and I'm hungry. I'm hungrier than ever because I still have a point to prove to myself and to the world. And I will be damned if we make it this far and you see me fail.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my accolades. Go ahead and read the resume. I've done more than most of my peers in the business. Seriously, side by side, line them up. What's the problem? I have everything. I literally have everything. So what's the problem? Is it because Zicky Dice thinks he's better than he is? No. You just haven't seen Zicky Dice go.
I think some people just might be absolutely intimidated by your aura, or they just might see how you talk and they just know how confident you are. And
I'm done pleasing people. I'm done pleasing people. I don't give a shit what anyone in the locker room thinks about me. I don't give a shit because you know what I learned? I learned, like I said earlier, snakes snakes everywhere, snakes. And so it's time that I become a snake myself and I get selfish. It's time that I take what I want.
I wanted to go ahead and ask you a question on how, we talk about starts in professional wrestling. I was reading up a little bit about you, and kind of just like everybody else, you were a big fan of the product growing up. And I found this fun quote that you were in, kind of just like me. Your mom used to tell you had to go to bed and had to turn the TV off, but as soon as they left, to turn it right back on and turn the volume all the way down. In my case, I always switch the hue settings and try to change it to black and white, just in case I thought that would make it to where they couldn't see the thing under my door.
Yep.
And then it turned out, it seemed like your parents never thought that you would really get into that. Then you went and, started your own rock band. You were in the lead singer for the Heart to Hearts. And then you eventually ended up blowing up and getting into the wrestling business. What was it like, your inspiration from rock? I know, once again, you're a huge fan of wrestling, and rock and wrestling ties into one another. But when your rock career started, what kind of clicked into your mind and just made you say, I'm going to make this jump to wrestling, and I'm going to take this personality to wrestling, because it translates very, very well?
Well, thank you. It's the same circus, different game. And that's what I've learned early. I'm very thankful for what I was able to do with my music career, and it's still not over. I still manage a few bands on the side through pinup artist management. Zicky Dice actually just recorded his first single. I'll be shooting a music video for here soon, doing a little
Heard it
solo
here, guys.
project. Yep, doing a little solo project. So that be on the lookout for that. I don't know. It's the drug I chase, and it's a very same drug. A lot of people ask me, like, which do you prefer? And like, I love music as much as I love wrestling, and both of them have been an outlet for me and a way for me to express myself. And I don't know, I miss it. There's aspects I miss, and there's a lot of things I don't miss. But I love that the difference between music and wrestling. I love that I'm able to put all of my faith into myself. I don't have to rely on anybody else, and that's what's gotten me this far.
Yeah, absolutely. Zicky, I want to wrap up, and just to get a couple, we like to do on the baby faces, little rapid fire. We've done this with a couple stars in the past. We've had fun with Bobby Lashley and even Mommy Rhea Ripley. So what I'm going to do is just some word associations. I'm just going to say a sentence, something maybe means something to you, and you're just kind of first thing that kind of pops to your mind, what that means to you. Now that since we're sticking with that music, hard rock and everything, or just any type of music, what is the best concert you've ever attended? Best live concert Zicky Dice ever been to?
Oh man. First one that comes to mind would be Deftones and Poison the Well in San Jose. I was probably like 15, 16 years old.
Deftones, yes.
Yeah.
That's Glenn Danzig, right? Is he from Deftones, or who am I thinking of?
No, Chino. You think of Chino?
Oh, okay, yeah. I know who you're talking about. See, I think that we have a huge rock concert here in Louisville called Louder Than Life. At the end of September, if you happen to be kind of in the area, let me know. We'll
I sure will.
Get you out to see all these rock bands. All right, next one. We'll switch back to wrestling a little bit. Favorite match you've ever had?
Zicky Dice versus Ricky Starks for the NWA Television Championship.
What was it like working with Ricky Starks?
The best. No, I want to do it again. I pinned him before. I think I can do it again.
Now, does he kind of hold that over you? You think that he could probably invite you into the company and be like, there's some unfinished business between me and Zicky?
Listen, I gave my phone number out on the show. People know what I do and they know where to find me. I'm not expecting anything from anybody.
One thing I'm always interested to know in all different types of wrestlers, what is your least favorite move to take? You're getting ready to go out and
clothesline over the top rope.
Clothesline over the top rope. Is there any specific way? Just a landing of it? It's dangerous, right?
Just going backwards. It sucks ass.
That's absolutely.
You can get your arm tangled on the rope, break your arm, hit your knee or shins on the apron. Getting clothesline over the top rope backwards sucks. And I also hate taking double stomps of any sort. Off the top, off of this, off to the ribs, to the back. To the head. I don't like the double stomps. I'll take them because I'm a fucking idiot. But
and we'll finish it up. And we kind of started this on the show. It may have been the one that we talked about. It's your most painful tattoo.
Man, that would have to be either my ribs, my elbow, or my hand. The knuckles was actually very painful.
Knuckles.
Yes.
Are you addicted to tattoos? Everyone's always like,
I love getting tattooed. It hurts like hell, but I love getting tattooed. I think I might go and get some I don't know. I might get some ink done before you see me next. Who knows?
Absolutely. We might be able to see you next, actually, coming up here soon. We actually have Derby City Wrestling going on August 8th. It's going to be at the Norton's Complex Center. August 8th, right? I'm pretty sure.
I believe. Is it the 6th or the 8th?
Yes. Hold on. Let me just go ahead. Yes. No, it is a 6. Daniel, I got it all wrong. It is a 6 at the Norton Sports Complex. It's a Muhammad Ali Boulevard. It's brand spanking new state.
Listen, we put out a great show, man. It's all ages. You get to meet and greet with the wrestlers. Yes. And come on down and see what we do. And I think a lot of people sleep on the United Wrestling Network, and it's been around for a very long time. And a lot of stars, 100%. A lot of stars that you know and love, guess what? They all came through the United Wrestling Network at some point.
Absolutely. And, we're possibly talking to the next one. Who knows, by this time in another 2 weeks, you can have a couple titles on you. You could be Zicky 2 belts. You could be Zicky 2 guitars. You may even have a Hollywood deal by then. So regardless of what it is, we're excited to see you guys want to check him out. You can also check out a bunch of other things going on down there. It's going to be at the UWN taping in Louisville, Sunday, August 6th. And the main event is going to be Danny Limelight versus Moose for the UWN title. And you're definitely going to see our man Zicky Dice down there.
Damn
Zicky,
right.
thank you for joining us once again. And
thank you, baby. Listen, I made it nice and simple for everyone to listen to follow this outlandish journey I call life. The best is yet to come. Follow me at Zicky Dice on every piece of social media out there. Check out my brand new website, zickydice.com, ZICKYDICE.com, and drop a line. And I'm telling you, keep your eyes peeled. Austin, I want to thank you so much for having me. I want to apologize. My blood pressure is a little higher than most interviews, but given the circumstances, I think it's appropriate.
That's fine. You heard it here. The Outlandish Zicky Dice. What is next for him? Stay tuned. Find out. Thank you guys for listening this week to the Baby Faces podcast. We'll see you next